What is up, guys? Thanks for tuning in for part 3 of the wide body hard body. In today's video, we're going to be essentially trimming the wide body, the over fenders, and getting them to be smooth so there's no jagged edges and they fit nice, and cutting out the factory bed sides. That way we can get the wheels to not rub, because right now they're pretty much sitting on the bed. So we got to get rid of the original bed. If you guys haven't seen part 1 or 2, I would highly recommend you guys check those 2 videos out, because this video would make a lot more sense. Links are in the description. Before we do anything, we have to first drill these holes out, because I never did that because my drill died. So we got to get these drilled in, get some self tappers in there, that way we know exactly how it fits. Get a Sharpie, trace all these lines, see where we need to cut. That way, once I take it off, I can just cut it all off. So to start off, the top for sure needs a lot of work. As you guys can see, the whole top, I use an angle grinder. That's all I had. I'm not sure if I could have used anything else that would have made it a cleaner cut. Maybe I could have, plasma cutter maybe. But regardless, we need to clean this top edge for sure, because this is probably the worst part of all, because I had to do multiple passes with angle grinder. Right here, the over fender is overlapping the tail light a tiny bit, so I'd like to trim this down so it matches with the original body line right here and just free flows. Also right here, I need to do something about this edge because that is pretty rough. I had to get an angle grinder and do some weird cuts just to get it to be kind of smooth. So hopefully the flap disc will be able to get that out no problem. And right there you can see the original bed is sitting on the tire. Now I could drive the truck like this. This is how I used to drive it pretty much. But since I'm going with the whole wide body, there's no point of keeping the material underneath the truck on the original bed, especially just because it's going to be more weight. So I'm probably going to cut all the way out here, all the way across the top, pretty much everything that this replaced, but leave a little bit of extra material there. But what I really care about today is just trimming this, that way I could actually drive my truck and take some pictures with it, because I've been dying to drive this truck. Now that I got this side cut, I'm going to cut the other side. And the cuts, yes, they are very, very rough, but I am going to be cleaning it up a tiny bit. But it doesn't really matter that much on a truck, on like 240s especially. Once you cut the quarter on, you get a bunch of smoke inside the cab. And like this, if I were to do a burnout, it's not going to get in the cab because it's like separate. So that's no biggie. Now to cut away at this messed up body. So I'm probably gonna do the same exact cut. Should be a little easier since I already kind of have an idea of how to go about it. I got this bedside on, and there is so much more clearance than there was before, and I mean like a lot. You guys probably can't even see how much clearance there is, but there is like way too much. There's never way too much, so I'm just saying that. And I also got this edge right here cleaned up, so now it matches with this body line. It goes nice and smooth. Obviously gotta get it bolted up also on the top, but yeah, you can see how much poke there is. What I need now to finally make it look somewhat decent is put some self tappers in the top, or some sort of fasteners. I already mentioned I'm going to be using self tappers, so that's what I'm going to be doing. But to get it really clean cut and everything, to make sure the holes are right where I want them, I'm going to use a drill and drill it through, and then get the self tappers and then put those through. So I measured from here to the other self-tapper, and it's about 73 inches, right around there. I believe it's 73 1/4. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna measure from this one over 25.5 inches, and then I'm gonna do 25 inches and then 25.5 to the other one. So it's gonna be a pretty big gap here. From this one that's gonna go here to this one, it's gonna be 25 inches. So it's not exactly perfect, but it can't be perfect because it lands on like a 73 inch. So same with this side, and I have to clean up this top piece a tiny bit more because I didn't get in there. I just went across the top, so I'm gonna try and get in there right now. I was looking back at the footage and I saw that I said it was 25.5. It's actually 24.5 inches here, 24 inches, and then 24.5. I did the same thing on this side, and now on this side I thought I did a really clean cut, but right here from this point back I cut a little higher up, meaning over here. So this edge right here on the original bed, there's a little bit on the bed side. So as you can see over here, it's nice and flat, and then right here it starts to want to like roll over, and that's because it's part of the top is still on here. So I got to shave this down a little bit, and or either just make it flush. But even with these, it looks so much better. I think I'm gonna do that fender flare strip that goes here, like the molding. That way it'll look a lot better. But look at that. I got some videos of driving this thing, so I'm gonna try and edit those and put them in the video. That way you guys can see what this looks like rolling. But this rear fitment is pretty damn nice. This side as well, it's now nice and tight. Still have to button up a few things, but overall it's coming together. I'm gonna give you guys one last walk around before I end the video, but I'll show you guys what she looks like from the front. That way you guys can see kind of back here. I know a few people are asking me about my front camber. I'm currently running about -6. I did hit -7, but the truck was a little too low and it was just scraping on the frame, and like it was just a little too low, so I raised it up. Now I have about -6, and that's all natural camber. I am planning on going back to -7 without lowering the truck, so I'll probably make a video on that because I know a lot of people like to camber their hard bodies, they just don't know how. Yeah, I probably will do a full walk around of the truck. That way you guys can see how I do little stuff like the windshield wiper mod, little things like that. But the rear fitment is, I know I keep talking about this, but that's the whole reason why I did this whole wide body, is just to have that nice rear fitment. And I have the 4-inch exhaust. I have a video on that, and a lot of people ask me about that. Sorry about the wind noise. So if anyone is curious, I have a video on that 4-inch exhaust if anyone wants to check that out. I also relocated my gas tank back here, so I'll probably be getting that video out pretty shortly after this one. I also did the C-notch and all that, so yeah, the wide body looks so much better now that I actually put those few top ones. It's still a little wavy, meaning I have to throw one, that weather stripping in here, and two, add probably more actual rivets. So instead of doing 4 on the top, I might do 5 total, so I'll space those out. But if I do that, I'll probably put that in the video. But this is what I mean by the truck is too low. I don't know if this is gonna pick it up or not. That's my frame. So yeah, it's a little ignorant, but it's all good. I'll take a few pictures right now because the sunset is looking pretty. That's gonna wrap up this video, guys. The next wide body video should be us throwing on the rivets, so still don't know when that video will be, but that should be the next video. If you guys have any questions at all, you guys know what to do. Put it down in the comment section down below and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Or you guys can DM me on Instagram, which is where I'm mostly active. So yeah, I'll give you guys one last shot of it because where I'm standing it looks really cool. Can't get over how good it looks. Right here it looks like there's a big gap, but that's just because I don't know if you would call this, I guess the cab is smashed in right here, so it makes it look like there's a big hole. But I'm probably gonna cut a section out of right there and then weld in the section from my new truck. I have a new door already, I have a new hood, I have a bunch of new stuff for this, I just have to throw it on. So hopefully this thing should be ready for paint sometime soon. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it useful, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, guys.
Ich bin da mit der Gang, komm wir rollen in nem Band. Sie sagt, dass sie mich kennt, komm doch hip.